welcome back to the SCGL action. We have got Nemisis versus Jdog in the best of 5. This is game number 3. We are playing on Typhon Peaks, and we're right into that action. And currently leading the game is Jdog, 2-0 versus Nemisis. Nemisis, surprisingly, is only silver, which is really fantastic of him to hold his own, to play against a Diamond Zerg. So my hat goes off to him. I mean, he's done well throughout this entire tournament, and he's been a really good surprise to all of us. I mean, if he applied himself a bit more, he could quite easily make it to Diamond himself. So he rather opts for team matches, but he is fantastic in his own right, and all credit due to Nemisis for making it this far, all the way to the semi-finals of the SCGL. So well done on you, Nemisis, very well done. We are playing this game on Typhon Peaks. We have got Jdog spawning up at the 1 o'clock position. We've got Jdog spawning down at the 7 o'clock position. At this point in time, we've got drone scouts on the map, each of them scouting in the wrong direction firstly, but I mean, that's the point of scouting. You need to know where your opponent is. This is quite a large map, so you're probably going to see some heavy economical play from both Zerg players. It's very easy to grab an expansion. Your third maybe a bit harder to grab. Fourth a bit harder, but the actual expansion quite easy to grab. But we've got very large bottlenecks here that are a little bit hard to defend. So if you get some creep out with some spines, you might be able to hold this off quite easily. We do see Nemisis throwing down his spawning pool at this point in time. Jdog has also got his spawning pool at the exact moment. So at this moment, we're pretty neck and neck. 17 food count on both sides of this map. And let's have a look at the production tab. We are getting a hatchery getting thrown down here for Nemisis. So this is very bold of Nemisis, going for that slightly faster expansion. Very bold. I'd like to see Nemisis pull one back over Jdog, and it's sort of a surprising win, just to say, hey, you know what, I beat the Diamond Zerg. That would be amazing. So yes, unfortunately, a lot of players dropped out in the SCGL. We've been taken out or not pitching up for games or whatever. But anyway, we are down to the semi-finals, are down to the finals. We did see Red moving through to the finals. So the winner of this matchup will meet SC Red or Red in the finals. So we are probably going to be very well played up, set up for a ZVZ final. So most likely Jdog versus Red in the final. I wouldn't be surprised, but we never know. We can't count Nemesis out. Nemesis, you know, he could do some very interesting things. He could beat a Diamond. It's possible. He is a very good player for his level. He is exceedingly good. We do see Nemesis throwing down some spines to protect this expansion. He is slightly ahead of Jdog, 27 to the 26. We do see 6 Zerglings coming out for Nemesis. So he is preparing himself up to be quite aggressive, getting that expansion, getting that queen out. So Jdog will spot this expansion from Nemisis and most likely throw down one of his own. Yes, we do see an expansion coming out for Jdog. Nemesis is slightly ahead. So if Nemesis can play a little bit more aggressively and just sort of push back the forces of Jdog, he actually might be in a very good position. Somebody is currently lagging. I don't know whom, but anyway, we do see that expansion up and running for Nemisis. This is some very good play by Nemisis. I do like the style of his that he's decided to actually opt to go for that fast expand. Very bold move against a Diamond Zerg. We don't... oh, sorry, my bad. We're getting that extractor out now. We're getting some drones transferred. We do have an Overlord scout here for Nemesis, and we do see Jdog expanding a third time. So Jdog, knowing he's slightly behind on the economy, grabbing up a third. Obviously, he's quite sure of himself that he's not going to be pushed with an attack right now. But this point in time, Nemesis only having a few lings on the field to really sort of do anything. We do see an awful amount of things getting produced currently by Jdog. Let's have a look at that income tab. We got 29, 230 harvesters, so fairly even at this point in time, despite Nemesis doing that fast expand. We do see some scouting overlords, but they should easily be taken out. Minion just saying that Nemesis should learn how to scout. Nemesis is currently supply blocked, but is 10 food supply ahead of Jdog, which is quite interesting to see. I mean, we might actually see Nemesis pulling back again. I'd love to see that. We do have that evolution chamber out, so we can get those. Well, we're getting metabolic boosts coming out for Nemesis. A queen out for coming out. Another queen for Jdog, probably for this expansion over here. And yeah, so 3 bases to the 2 base. More or less evenish food count. 64 to Nemesis. So Nemesis a little bit ahead on the food count. I'd really like to see some roaches or some tech coming out. I don't know what they're pinging. Anyway, regardless, moving along. At this point in time, we have had no real engagements. Let's have a look at any workers killed. 3 workers killed for Jdog, 1 killed for Nemesis. So, not much going on at this point in time. They're just posturing about getting their economies up. So both trying to do an economic economy ball. They're both going economy zerg. Oh my word, I've lost my ability to speak. This is quite a conundrum. Anyway, so currently sitting on 3 bases for the Jdog has got some serious street cred. He's getting these roaches. He's got quite a lot of roaches on the field. Let's have a look at that production tab. We do see some upgrades. Oh, Jdog, more roaches on the way. So a third is coming up for Nemesis. We are well on our way to see a macro style game versus a macro style game. We do have an awful amount of roaches coming out for Nemesis as well. So we do have Candle, don't lag in a semi-final. It's rude. Anyway, back into the action. Candle must have heard me because he's left the game. We're back into the action. We do have Nemesis trying to move out onto Jdog. Jdog is a slight bit ahead, 102 to the 94 of Nemesis. So let's go see what we can see. We're going to have Nemesis working at these backdoor rocks. An awful lot amount of roaches coming out on the field to Nemesis. 110 food to the 108 of Jdog. So Nemesis is somewhat ahead. So this might be a very good time for Nemesis to attack. Move in, buddy. Move in. I do like this play by Nemesis. 106, 103, 102. Oh, Jdog with those mutas. Nemesis having nothing to really deal with these mutas. Do we have any mutas from Nemesis? Nothing. But we do have Nemesis edging slightly ahead. Let's have a look at that units lost. 26 kills to the 16 kills of Nemesis. Nemesis is going to be slightly behind, but Jdog having an awful lot amount of mutas on the field, and Nemesis not having any air or anti-air at this point in time. So Nemesis going to have to scramble. Those mutas are flying in and going to take out this expansion. So there goes those mutas sacking away at Nemesis's base. Nemesis not having any hydras, not having any mutas, nothing to deal with this. But he is getting a couple of mutas of his own out of the field, and perhaps he will be able to counter this. So Jdog currently slightly ahead. It's 117 to the 122 of Nemesis. I'd really like to see Nemesis pull one back. As I said, he has got those hydras out, and he is going to go to town and just hold this off. So those hydras coming out just on time. We did see him training some mutas of his own, so that is some really good play, holding off that attack of Jdog, but he is quite far behind. A full 20 odd food supply behind. Let's have a look at that income tab. We have got 58 to Jdog to the 47 of Nemesis. Nemesis slightly behind. He really needs to get a third up right now. We do see Jdog scouring all over the map with this huge contingent of mutas, just trying to look for things to sack. He is going to take out some overlords of Nemesis. Nemesis macroing his way back up, 148 food to the 137. Nemesis has managed to get himself back into this game fairly well. We do see Jdog sitting on 3 base. So I'd really like to see Nemesis getting a third. Well, there comes his third right now. So 142, dead even. With units killed, workers killed. There you have it. Jdog has killed an awful lot more units than what Nemesis has. Obviously getting those mutas out earlier than Nemesis could. So we are really well set over here for a macro intensive game. Here we do see a huge engagement. Nemesis waltzing in his roaches onto Jdog, losing an awful lot amount of units, but he has got those hydras taking out those mutas of Jdog, but Jdog is going to come out of this slightly ahead and deal some awful amount of damage to these roaches. So Nemesis losing a lot of units there. 113 units killed for Jdog. That is some really good stuff there. Jdog is powering his way ahead in this game and will most likely take game number 3 as well. But Nemesis is being proactive, is trying to continually put on the harassment. In flies Jdog's mutas to try and do this. Nemesis will take down this expansion for Jdog. So this is some really decent play from Nemesis, but Nemesis is quite far behind. Jdog dealing with that rather easily and probably going to move through with these mutas anytime soon. And Nemesis really well done, but you need to really back up your attacks with the economy. But I do like this play, far more aggressive by Nemesis. A really good job, but Jdog will sack this expansion rather easily. But he is moving forward an awful lot amount of lings into that base of Nemesis. It's going to force him to bring back all these mutas. So he is going to pull down this. There we go. He snipes one expansion, and he's moving into their main. Sack everything. Just sack it. There we go. Work away at everything. He's going to force Nemesis, Jdog, to pull everything off the line. You should really attack the spire. Let's have a look at that units lost tab. 99 units killed to the 170 units killed over here. We do see Nemesis trying to work away at every little expansion that he can. So, but Jdog has got a lot of mutas on the field, but Nemesis being really aggressive, doing really well in this game to keep himself in and just clawing away at Jdog, and he really needs to get an expansion down. But yeah, well done. He has got an awful lot amount of hydras on the field there to deal with those huge muta forces of Jdog. So this is some really good play. He is just taking advantage of Jdog and trying to kill those expansions. But look at this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bases again for Jdog. Jdog just running around, flying around, sniping everything that he can. But he has got an awful lot amount of Hydras and should be able to just shoo away the forces of Jdog just ever so slightly. But Jdog is forced to pull those mutas off the line. Will we see another huge attack by Nemesis at this point in time? A Nemesis really needs to grab a couple of extra expansions, but as we can see, the income tab for Nemesis is it's not so good. I mean, we've got the income almost double for Jdog, but drones in terms of drones, he's got enough for 2 base, but he really needs to get this third up and running. As you can see, Jdog has got all of these bases: that one, this one up here, that one down there, the main. Okay, he's got nothing in the main, but Nemesis did a good job of sacking this base and sacking all the workers of that base. So, well, this is going to be a really interesting game. So Nemesis is currently 134 food to the 130 of Jdog. Jdog having the slight economical advantage and has these mutas on the field. Let's have a look at the production tab, shall we? We do see some queens coming out for either player, and we are going to be really geared for an interesting game. So I'd really like to see Nemesis just pulling one out. I'm rooting for you, man. He's got all of his Hydras here at this expansion. This is really, really, really interesting. I mean, he's really trying to protect this third, if you will, with everything he has. I mean, he doesn't want to lose anything at this point in time. But Nemesis getting some roaches out as well. Is he going to get a... Yes, in fact, we've got Jdog taking another base. Look at this. Jdog expanding everywhere on the map. Absolutely everywhere. Nemesis just needs to go in there and just be aggressive. Really, that's all he needs to do. But Jdog is being super, super economical. And we do see a large contingent of roaches and hydras. Are they going to move out and attack? I don't know. I mean, Nemesis is quite far behind on the base count, but Jdog has an awful lot amount of mutas on the field, and he is morphing some brood lords as well. So these broods are going to be absolutely devastating. He's got broods, got mutas, got banelings. So this is going to be one hell of a matchup. Jdog is almost completely at full supply. Nemesis is going to move in on Jdog's one of Jdog's expansions, and he manages to pick that up fairly easy. Let's have a look at that units lost tab. 124 to the 215. So Jdog has killed more units than Nemesis. Nemesis is slightly ahead at this point in time, and we do see this Hydra Roach mix moving forward into Jdog's army. Jdog sending in those lings, trying to free up some supply, I would imagine. But I don't know. We might actually see Jdog losing a game here, but we do have a lot of broods on the field. Those broods will make short work of this army. And are we going to see the final engagement? Here we see the broods engaging those hydras. Those broods are going to drop fairly quickly, but we do have a large contingent of... Wow, look at this. Nemesis might actually come worse off on this. Yes, I think he has. Jdog winning on that engagement. 256 to the 179 killed. Jdog is going to push through with this contingent and just ravage that pace of Nemesis. I don't think Nemesis is going to have any answer for this. Nemesis is doing all that it can, but I don't think it's going to quite be enough for Jdog. Jdog sending in those broods, sending in those mutas. Nemesis is losing units, and the Zerg is dropping like flies. And I don't think this is going to be quite enough for Nemesis, but Nemesis is trying to hold in, bringing out those queens, trying to have a game here, but I don't think this is going to be quite enough. Look at that, 167 to 59 units. I think we might actually see a GG pretty soon. We do have some overlords sitting around there doing nothing, but Jdog is in a fantastic position here. He has got some things out in the field, going to mop up anything that Nemesis might be able to conjure up. So Jdog just working away at Nemesis's forces, but Nemesis is going to send in some things to that main. Here comes in the roaches, here comes in the lings. He's just going to try and have some form of a base race, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Nemesis is winking in, he is sending everything that he can muster up into that main of Jdog, but I don't think it's going to be enough. 46 to 161. I think this is going to be pretty much all she wrote. Nemesis just trying to muster up everything it has, but this is not going to be enough to hold off the J. Those mutas are just going to town on everything. But Nemesis, being the trooper, oh wow, look at that. There goes the GG. Well played. 3-0 to Jdog, but I have to give credit where credit is due. Well done, Nemesis. You went toe-to-toe with the Diamond Zerg. You played well, but in the end, Jdog just being too powerful. But so we see Jdog moving through to the finals against Red. So we are set up for a ZVZ, Red versus Jdog in the finals of the SCGL. Well played, Nemesis. You have really impressed everybody in Spartan Company, and my hat goes off to you. Well done. And Jdog, fantastic play as normal. Well, you've been watching another Trollcast. Stay tuned for the finals. Thank you, and good night.